right, welcome to Primos for Life, the wrestling podcast made for the fans, by the fans. Como siempre, yo soy Eddie, el niño vaque. We got Ariel, the Ecuadorian dream bisueta, and we are your self-proclaimed, undisputed co-host tag team champions of the world. And in tonight's episode, the Primos recap and review WWE SummerSlam 2026. Giving you our Bueno, No Bueno, talk about the biggest surprises, and overall thoughts for both nights. We also touch on the latest episode of AAA, Noche de Escándalo. So, como siempre, sit back, grab a snack, and let's get it on! Man, Primo, can I just say that I could not wait to connect with you to start this conversation. The fact that you called me at the end of match one and almost like
I never call you. I never call you. I never call you. I never call you, let alone mid PLE.
Yes. Yes.
Okay? And I love you. And the people understand. Eddie is my primo. I raise this dude. He'll be annoyed to say it. I change his motherfucking diapers. This is my homie. So for me to call him first match after a PLE, I'm sorry, Ed, continue.
Yeah, no. Like the fact that you were just so passionate. Let's just leave it at that. Passionate. I was just like, I can't wait.
That's the word we're going to use?
Yeah. I just could not wait to for the PLE to be over and be like, all right, let's talk wrestling.
Yeah, we talking wrestling. I was hoping, because you had me on speakerphone. I'm like, I hope Laura's in the other room.
Yeah, no, you were good.
Okay.
All right. So let's jump in. Real quick honorable mention for AAA, for Noche de Escándalo 2. Only two things happened. Escándalo. Two things happened there. Incredible match between Mini Vikingo and Rey Fénix. Rey Fénix retains the Cruiserweight Championship, but what a banger. I can't wait to see that again because Mini Vikingo is like the youngest dude on the roster. I think he's like,
he's Mini Vikingo. That's the whole thing. He's mini.
Yeah.
Like that's,
yeah. But I mean, he's also small.
That's his shtick. No, I'm kidding.
But banger of a match. Cool. Great. And then shout outs to La Parca for winning his qualifier because they're doing a tournament for the Latin American Championship. So he's moving on to the next round. There's two more matches for qualifiers that I'm sure we'll see in the next few weeks. But that's all that happened on AAA. Now, before we jump into the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam, is there anything that you want to touch on SmackDown that stood out to you before we jump in?
Yes. I mean, necessarily it stood out, no, but we should mention that because I did get incredibly lazy during our picks and just said I would take whoever won the women's champion match to get into the interim champion. By the way, I love the interim title on this. This is going to be quite fun for quite some time. Because we'll talk about it later. But because of that, I have to mention that Lash Legend beat Julia. And here's my beef. Not that Lash won. Not at all. Lash was good. And Lash had a very good showing in the match. Okay. She did quite well for everything she was supposed to do. My beef is you had a women's 5-pack match, right? And you just chumped Julia. You could have made it a 6-pack. Work Julia in, she takes the L, and it's not a problem. You do 6-packs all the time. It's one of your things. When's the last time they've done a 5-person matchup as opposed to a 6? It's probably been 4-1. That they've done 4 6-person matches before they've done a 5. Probably. Because even the chamber is 6, because there's 5 pods.
Right.
Like,
well, there's 4 pods, and 2 starting.
Sorry. But it's, to me, it was just like, you could have worked her in because I feel like she's kind of getting jobbed now. And it stinks because she is so good, because you've seen Jordan Grace fall by the wayside and now it appears she's done, so what you don't want to do is waste talent you have. And I think this was an opportunity in which they could have, once again, Julia loses in this 6-pack challenge. What does it hurt? Nothing. Right. But she gets squashed on the going home episode of SmackDown. got squashed. She ain't lose. She was squashed.
Yeah.
So that's my beef, is that you could have made that from a 5-pack to a 6-pack, saved her some credibility and given yourself an out if you needed to run something behind her.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. Just to touch on the not the 6-pack challenge, but the 5-pack challenge. I think because it worked so well at Mania for the IC title, I think they wanted to like copy and paste this for the women and try it out, because it was a tremendous match. I actually was one of my favorite. That ended up in the Buenos because their match was actually really good.
The match was great. The match was solid. But what I'm saying is you could have put a 6th person there and it would not have hurt the match.
Yeah.
If you have a 6th person there who knows how to move the way Julia does, knows the cadences, knows how to work the areas, all that does is give you room for more spots.
True.
And to not hurt one of your, superstars' credibility in a squash match. Okay, you don't want to put it in the match? Fine. You had to get squashed? You had to get squashed? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I hear you.
No.
I hear you, man. Oof. Oh, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, people.
No. And I'm not even in SummerSlam yet. Wait. So everyone just pay attention. I'm sorry. I apologize to all our primos and primas. There's going to be some vulgarity. There's going to be some agitation. There's going to be a lot of anger. I'm going to do my best to rein it in. But
I don't want him to. I want him to unleash.
I was not in love with what went down. But go ahead, Ed. Sorry.
No, you're good, brother. You're good. But all right. And the only other call out that I wanted to, bring light to from SmackDown was the Baron Corbin promo. I actually enjoyed this a lot because he was spitting some truth in regards to Trick Williams. Like, and you know me, man. I'm a Trick Williams guy. I'm on the whoop that trick train. Like, it is fun being in the arena, hearing it, feeling that, that with the whole arena. I get it.
Right.
But he was saying some awesome, like some grizzled, angry veteran type stuff, man. He was just like,
yeah, grizzled angry veteran, somebody who just got re-signed. Where the fuck you been? You've been gone because you stunk and they had to cut you.
Nah,
stop talking. Stop talking.
He was doing some good stuff in the Indies. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, it was good. Yeah, good stuff in the Indies. Great, awesome, fantastic, great stuff in the Indies. Wonderful. You've been building stars here. You've been trying to build stars. What are you doing? What are you doing to the talent that you currently have? What are you saying to the talent that you currently have who are working their asses off when opportunities are given twice over a weekend?
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. But in the interest of a storyline, in the interest of a new foe, a new threat to Trick Williams and his championship reign, I thought this was well done because his promo was like, you got given a catchy hook, you got given a catchy song. Like, just because you're hot right now with the people doesn't mean you're championship worthy. And I was like, yo, that's kind of like wild, but I was down with it. I liked it from a storytelling interest point.
Okay.
I was like, okay, let's see what happens at SummerSlam. And then we saw what happened at SummerSlam, and I was like, I ain't too mad about it, but we'll get into that. But that's it. I wanted to call out the promo.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the promo. Well done, Baron Corbin.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Anything else from SmackDown before we jump into the biggest party of the summer?
Nope.
Good. Nope. All right.
Nope. Good.
All right, let's jump in.
Good.
So, Bueno for SummerSlam night one.
We got to go through the matches. What do you mean, Bueno? We gotta go through the matches.
Okay. So we're just gonna go through. Okay. Yeah.
What do we do? The Buenos. We go through the match. We check our things, and then. Come on, man. Is this your first episode? We've been doing this for a year now.
You're right. Pull out the list. You just made the list. Pull out the list. Let's go.
All right.
Hey.
All right. So night one. Go ahead. Well, I mean, the first thing I have for night one is Fatal Influence versus the Bellas and Paige.
Right.
You and I both had Fatal Influence here, so we were both right.
Yeah. And
I'll let you start talking about the match.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. I think it was well done. It was the right amount of length that it needed to be,
right?
Like under 10 minutes. So, that was the right thing to do. The right thing to do was also to put Fatal Influence over. I did enjoy that. The only two things that didn't make sense to me was, why would you put this match in the middle of the card as if this is like any like level of importance. This should have been match 1 or match 2 to get it out the way, free on ESPN, and then let's get to the good stuff. But that didn't make sense to me. And then the other thing that kind of ticked me off is like literally the match is over and I see the 3 girls in the ring, the Bellas and Paige, and I'm like, okay, who is Nikki going to turn on now? Her sister or Paige? Because it's like, that's all she does. It's all she does is run her mouth.
Turncoat Jones. Yeah.
Like what? So that just aggravated me. What did you think?
Yeah. No, I mean, it was funny because, I mean, even my homie texted me and he was like, there's been nothing more telegraphed than what just happened because the Bellas hugged Paige before it started. So my buddy was like, so you know they don't like this going on. They're going to lose because once again, the move is to keep Fatal Influence important. You can't have them just win the belts and then have them lose this. This also gives the opportunity for you to build a storyline here and then 3 of them that's more important and something you can get more viewers out of than if you were to do it to Fatal Influence, who is not an established team the way the Bellas and Paige are established female superstars.
Right.
So right play. But to your point, telegraph, like, we all knew what it was going to be. Now, the only thing I can say to you is, in saying what you said, you know why it wasn't first. You know why it wasn't first. Because to the point that you've made to me, that Shawn Michaels was like, you have to lead off strong.
Right.
So that's why it couldn't have been first. Could it have been second? Show.
Yeah.
But couldn't have been first.
Should have been the pre-show.
That was the first match you put out, bro. Oh my God, all over my shoes. It would have been god awful. So, but I mean, it's what had to happen happened. Fatal Influence retained. You've now created a storyline in which they've turned on Paige. The Bellas have turned on Paige, and we can move the F on.
Yes. All right. And next on the notebook or the page, the SummerSlam page.
There we go. The page here. Bloodline versus Keys and Company.
Keys and Company.
Keys and Company.
I like it.
I didn't want to write too much, so I went Keys and Company. Unfortunately, you and I both went Bloodline here. Boy, were we off.
Yeah. Yeah. But what I will say about this is I wasn't too crazy about the match overall. I actually just enjoyed more so like the comedic Solo Sokoa bits, you know, like him, you know, oh, you want to run it back? Let's run it back. And he runs it back. And but I mean, I could care less. Like I wasn't night 1. It's I don't know what it is about these guys with night 1 and night 2 events, but it's like, hey, let's put the god awful stuff on night 1 and then let's just, you know, knock it out the park night 2, because I feel like Mania night 2 was way better. Night 2 tonight was way better. So it's
night 2 was better. I wouldn't say knock it out the park, but I would say let's do a better job on the second than we do the first. I think maybe night 1 you get stuck in trying to do too much.
Maybe
in terms of like a swerve or like a this. It's like, hey man, hey.
Yeah.
We're all here for the same reason. Let's tell a good story and a believable one. Right. Tell me a believable one. I'm down. Because the one thing about this was everyone was expecting, or at least I was, the Solo turn, right? So cool that it didn't happen. Because that's a good curveball. Right? You swerved everybody. Great. Match was solid, Solo was good. But to the point that you and I have been speaking on, unfortunately, for the past couple of weeks, between La Noche and the Usos, and not even the Usos, just Jey Uso, the level of boredom that we have with these two has taken the other 4 superstars out of the mix.
Yeah.
So to your point, yes, what had to happen happened, but whatever. Oh, we both got that one wrong because we stank.
But I mean, before we move on to the next match, it just feels like night 1, like to your point, was like, all right, let's try to, you know, perfect everything, and they're trying too hard. And then night 2, after they see the reaction that the people have had for night 1, night 2 felt like, all right, guys, we're gonna just throw it to the wall and let's just see what sticks. because we need people to talk about night 2.
I'm 90% sure half of the reason they were like, let's do it to the walls, because night 1 came out and they were like, fuck, no one's happy.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to fucking hit it out the park tomorrow. So what's the most outlandish shit we can do right meow? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, which we'll touch on. All right, but what's next on the list so we can get out of night 1?
Gunter versus Aldis. I mean, this was formulaic as just formulaic can be. And you knew that Mickey James will come out. You knew all this shit was gonna happen. You know, I mean, Aldis is saying no chance. Put up a show because he's Nick Aldis, and he's still he's a professional wrestler, and he's a great athlete and a top-notch competitor. But I mean, we knew what it was. So add him to the list of motherfuckers retired by Walter.
By Walter. I enjoyed it, dude. I thought this was one of the better matches of the evening. It's good to see that Nick Aldis can still go. Yeah. I'm glad that he came out as the national treasure gimmick because he had another gimmick, Magnus, you know.
Yeah, I remember Magnus. Nobody liked Magnus.
I was very, very happy with it. I even like what happens in night 2, which we'll touch on, but I have no complaints. This was the better match for me.
I mean, it was supposed to happen, and I mean, Gunther's Gunther, and Aldis can still go.
Yeah.
So you have 2 very capable superstars in the ring. You expect a quality match.
Yeah.
Then we have the match that actually opened, Liv and Io, and you got this one right because you went Liv, I went Io.
Yeah. But although I got it right, I wasn't happy with the match. I don't know. To your statement earlier, you know, about what Shawn Michaels says about setting the tone for the evening, I don't know. I feel like this match did not set the tone for me. I watched this match. Maybe I just paid attention to or gave too much attention rather to like the little hiccups or the speed of the match or like the pace of the match rather. I don't know what it was. But I was not happy with this. I guess maybe although I knew formulaically, we knew that Liv was going to win because she's, favored by, the head honchos, by Triple H and everybody else.
Right.
But deep down, I kind of wanted that deception of like, oh, but Io could win this and Io should win this and that'll be the bigger pop. And that's how you set the tone. And I guess my own, I just tricked myself and I was like, ugh. So I don't know, man. I wasn't crazy about it. What did you think?
I thought it was a very solid opening match. I thought it was good. I thought because of the way that they first went, and the beginning of the match was just standard. I mean, you're just going back and forth, which normally you would say is fine, but I mean, you're talking Io Sky and Liv Morgan, so this is still very solid what's happening in the ring. Then with the way the ending came off, because you saw Io come up with move after move and Liv move after move, and then Io hit her with Oblivion. So to watch the Liv go Oblivion, back-to-back Oblivion, and then hit her with, was a Code Breaker off like this? Oh, no, Code Breaker off the top ropes, and then back-to-back Oblivion. I thought this was solid. I was good with this. This was, of most of the matches on Saturday, I was like, you know what? Solid. I was cool with this. I unfortunately I'm going to disagree with you on this. I thought it was well done. I thought it was great by both competitors. I really, compared to what else was given to us that night, and not even saying that, this was just a solid match. I don't even want to disrespect the match by saying, comparing it to what else happened when I wasn't really happy with a lot of what happened on either evening. This was a solid match for me. I thought they both did well. They both did right. Sales were good. I had no beef with this one in a 2-night event that I had beef with a lot of things.
Okay. Fair statement. I guess I have to go give it another watch then. Maybe I'll do it during work this week.
I mean, maybe I need to give it another watch. Maybe I'm just riding high because I'm like, it's SummerSlam, yay!
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, when you say a match is good, I mean that means you saw something that I didn't, and you usually are kind of right. I'm not gonna say you're 100% right, but you're kind of right. You know what I mean? So I got to go back and see it. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, but. Adielito. All right. Anyway, what's next on the list?
Okay. Oh yeah, the list. I got the list. Oba versus Brock.
Oof. Which, by the way, super surprised that we they pushed this to the main event. Like
I told you what I say when I said this should be the main event.
Yeah.
I said it to you when we did. I said this should be the main event, and it should have been.
Yes,
and it was.
Yes,
and it
deservingly
was worth
so.
it. And yes, and I will say it now. I do not like him, but props to Brock Lesnar for doing the right thing.
Yes,
and at home, riding off into the sunset and handing it over to, let's be real, Obafemi. And D'Lo said it when we had D'Lo Brown, the greatest European champion of all time. When we had him here and we said, who are you excited about? He said, I love Oba. Mm-hmm. And this is why. This was exactly what it was supposed to be. He took the L in Hell in a Cell, rode off into the sunset at home, passed the torch to no joke, the next big thing. So for me, I was good. I'm sorry. I just jumped in front of you. Please.
No, you honestly said it perfectly. You covered everything, like my entire feeling on it. You're absolutely right. The only thing that I'll add on was afterwards, when you look on social media, one person put out a fact out there that said The Rock did the same thing for Brock Lesnar 20-something years ago at SummerSlam for the Undisputed Championship. And now Brock is doing it for Oba, like you said. And it's almost, from a wrestling business standpoint, it's very poetic. It's very much the right thing to do. And regardless of how you feel about him as a person and what he's done behind closed doors, et cetera, as an entertainer, as a wrestler, as the beast incarnate, as Brock Lesnar, I was very happy with this character riding off the way that he is. And absolutely. I hope he does. I hope we don't see him again.
But I don't think we need to. And I think he's to a point where he's like, good. Yeah. Especially within light of certain things that have been happening recently. It's like, you know what? I've made enough money.
I'm out.
I can watch my money make money. Because that's the dream. The dream is to be able to watch your money make money. So you ain't got to make the money no more.
Right.
So I think he's good, unless he gets a taste to want to be in the spotlight, which, I mean, everybody does. I won't be surprised if we see him in 5 years for a 3-month run. We'll be surprised.
Yeah.
But for now,
deuces.
Yeah. And did it the way he was supposed to. And I get it. You know, because especially, remember I was talking about Boy Jay, and I'm like, yeah, you know, he's going to lose to Oba. I said, but then he retired because he was here. He was here at the poker match when we were watching WrestleMania. And he's like, but didn't he hang up his boots and take his gloves and shit off? And I'm like, yeah, but now he's home. It was all a ruse, like da-da-da-da. So It was the right move. Done well.
Yeah. And then let's jump into the final match of the evening. The thing that, in my opinion, I don't think was done well.
Well, you had Codith winning, and you were wrong.
Yes, I was wrong.
And I had Punk. Excuse me, I'm sorry for burping. What a terrible person I am. And I had Punk winning. Oh man, so look at this. We tied after night one. Nice. Because we both lost the bloodline, and then you picked Liv, but I picked one Chicago-made chick magnet, Culo Maximus Punk.
Punk?
Punk.
All right, so let me just tell you why I wasn't crazy about this, right? Because this was a 30-minute match. This was a 30-minute match.
Oh my God.
And let me tell you why I have such a problem with this. Because when you're botching moonsaults and doing the most, and you got like a little doo-doo stain on your outfit, like, bro, that match should have been like 10 minutes tops, bro. Like, because when you, the week before, saw a 30-minute match between Kenny Omega versus Kevin Knight, and it was human poetry in motion, and then you see this match, you're like,
I mean, let's be realistic.
Like, in your words, huevada.
But you're talking Kevin Knight and Kenny Omega. Let's be realistic here, okay? We're comparing apples to oranges, man.
I'm just saying.
As much as we can appreciate one Codith Rahim and one fucking Cugalo, whatever. What did I call him before? Cagalo, whatever.
Culo Maximus.
Oh, Cagalo made, whatever. Whatever it is.
Cagalo.
It's not the same. It's a shame. You're 100% correct. It's a shame. It's a shame because they're going after the biggest prize in the industry.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of expected something a little bit. And the problem is that if there wasn't botches, because there were a couple of things that just didn't go cleanly. And unfortunately, that's the things that people are going to focus on, or at least people like you and I who are, paying attention and watching and truly trying to keep an eye out for. I think that's where things get lost. I mean, in the overall turn, what happened was great because the story that you set up with the return of one Randall Kenneth Orton screwing Cody out, I think works perfectly because now you've opened up two storylines and you've closed this one, but you can still bring it back. Because what you've done is now Cody's focused on Randy because he just cost him, right? Cody can come back to Punk and say, you never beat me cleanly. And now Punk can beef with Sami Zayn, who can say, I never lost it, or the new number one contender for this, whatever.
They will touch on shortly.
Yes. But, so yeah, the match wasn't good. Usually I always say, I'm the biggest advocate of, well, the in-the-ring product was fantastic. This time it was good.
Yeah.
Story that got put across, a lot better. But, I mean, it was a shame because for the richest prize in the industry, you would have liked to have seen what a Kenny Omega and Kevin Knight match would be like out of these two.
Yeah, exactly. And one more thing that I want to call out before we move on to night 2 is the grade. I give it a 6.5 the first night. I thought it was not enjoyable at all. I mean, except for the 3 points that I thought were bueno. And then the other thing that I wanted to call out was the post conference. This was actually the post show. This statement, this little segment was actually probably the best part of night 1. Was a reporter asked Triple H, what he thought about the comment that Damian Priest made about like he's not liking the people that are in the top spots. And then he goes on to say, well, spots aren't given. Spots are earned and taken. All right. Nobody like that. This idea of that's how the game is played, no pun intended, is ridiculous. If you're more over than Cody, than Roman, than Seth, than Punk, then you could take the spot. But until then, like basically shut up. Yeah. And it got me thinking, and I was like, he's absolutely right. I got a little defensive at first because I was like, come on, dude, this is Damian Priest, a former champion. But you sit there and you think about and you look back in the history and you say to yourself, like nobody gave Austin the spot. He saw an opportunity at King of the Ring and cut the infamous, Austin 316 promo. The Rock asked for 10 minutes on the mic so he could go heel with the nation, like or Angle and Eddie Guerrero and Jericho. So the list goes on some of the greats in this business. These spots were not given. They were taken. And I really hope that the whole locker room heard that. And I hope that this will shake things up in a way, like going forward from now to Mania, that people are going to try to fight for these spots because that's the way it should be. Friendly competition is healthy.
Well, I think people are trying to fight for the spots. I think they're just tough to be given because to the point of you can't do anything until the fans are behind you. And right now because it's the mob. It's mob rule. Unfortunately, it's mob rule. It sucks, but it's mob rule. And that's the thing is Cody's got a hold of the mob. Punk's got a hold of the mob. Roman's got a hold of the mob. Until they lose hold of that. And you're not talking about a couple of people. Talk about the mob.
Yeah.
Like those spots are really hard to get because you only have but a finite amount of times and a finite amount of people who can fill those spots.
Yeah.
And that's why champions reign for as long as they do sometimes. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. It sucks because in a world where you always say you want to see hot potato, that's not best for business.
Yeah.
What's best for business is having a guy who can be the champ, who you can send on Good Day New York, Good Morning America, Tonight Show, host SNL. Would I prefer Damian Priest to be the champ? Sure. Is Cody Rhodes the one who can do all those? Yeah.
Yeah. I guess.
Sure.
I guess my thing is this, right? Because the other thing that I saw on Instagram, and then we'll move on tonight too, is that you saw the card for like SummerSlam 2002, right? Where The Rock and Lesnar were the main event. But the opener was Angle versus Mysterio. And then you had Guerrero versus, basically, when you look at that entire card, you see all former world champions, basically from start to finish.
Right.
And I feel like looking at the match that we saw in the opening of night 2, those 4 competitors are all former champions. Like, I think the roster's at a point where we could go back to that level of like, it could be anybody's game. But I mean, but then you see the main event tonight and you see why those guys deserve to be there, because that was storytelling at its finest.
That is
so
finest. That is.
So it's a tough spot to be in, but I just feel like people need to be a little bit more motivated to try to see what works.
I think you're severely underselling just how motivated they are. Once again, you have to remember, this isn't on them. They can be as hungry as they want. It's how many people out there are behind them.
Are buying.
That's the thing.
That's fair.
That's why I said it's mob rule. That's where it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Because if you're good enough and you can talk a good game, even though you might be full of shit, if you get the mob behind you, you're good. How many people have said more than half of the people who've been world champion are just straight assholes and selfish and terrible people, but they know how to work it.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. Unfortunately, is I understand what you're saying but I think people are working hard. I think these motherfuckers are working hard. But the problem is, no one's been able to crack that next level.
Yeah.
And they're trying. They're trying. That's why they gave Priest the belt. That's why they gave, Gunther the belt, like to see if they can move them into that upper echelon. But once again, I don't think they're not trying. I think, unfortunately, mob rule is shit, and people are finicky, and people are also comfortable with what they like.
Yeah.
And so that changes things. Now, it stinks because ideally you would like Hunter to be like, hey, if it could make sense, let's try it. But for him to be like, no, I got to ride what makes me money.
Yeah. Definitely changes the game a little bit. Now, what do you give this PLE, the first night, the grade?
7.
Okay, you're being generous, but all right. I
hear
hear
you. No, I'm being nice. But only because Oba won, and
that was
good.
good.
Like, all right, I'm like, so I'm good with that. So, and like I said, I like the Liv Morgan Sky match. So that was good. 7.
Okay. All right. Moving on to SummerSlam Night 2. What's first?
We start with Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio
for human monies on the pole match.
Judy Bagwell.
Judy Bagwell. Exactly what it needed to be. In the middle of the card, entertaining as hell. We got El Torito Hausen in the mix. He came back.
That was good.
Yeah. No, it was everything it needed to be.
Joe Hendry. You got an appearance from Joe Hendry?
No concert, just straight Jeff Jarrett it, with the guitar. I was good. I was good with it. I liked it.
Silver pants with a guitar over his back and did it. And then Danhausen just started handing out human monies to everybody. And then, because I told you, I want to know what's in the bag.
Right.
And it was Danhausen dollars. Oh,
and singles, too. There were a couple of dollars in there.
Oh, yeah. There was like one for every $20 Danhausen that was there. It's like, let's break the bank and put $50 in the bag. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was everything it needed to be. What did you think?
It was fun. No, it was fun. It was fun. I was annoyed because I'm getting tired of this happening with Dom. Because this is now happening. You could have done this with JD. You have to do it with Dom. This is the AAA Mega Champion. And you're making him look like a chump on a PLE. Now he's supposed to go down here where he almost lost a match and had to join a faction to show how strong he was as the champ, but you had him just get taught. Like, I didn't like it could have been done different. Could have been JD. Could have been JD. Should have been JD. You have just taken credibility from the AAA Mega Champion.
So you think this match made him look weaker?
It's what you did.
Oh, yeah, I didn't really see it that way. I just saw it as an entertainment standpoint. I was like,
absolutely, no, from an entertainment, I get it, but from someone who's thinking deeper, because what did I tell you? My fear was about when they acquired AAA and what's currently happening.
Sending Latino talent down there. Yeah.
And now you just chump the champion to a comic gimmick.
But we were both right on this, right? We picked down now Danhausen? Yeah.
Of course we're both right. We both picked Danhausen.
Just make it short, man. All right, moving on. What's the next match?
The number one contender.
Yeah, let's talk about this. All right, I'll start it off. So
yeah, you start off.
So it was Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn, and it was the first match of the evening, and I was super excited for this match until we see a reinstated Nick Aldis back in suit, telling us that, you know, what's good for business is adding this next person into the match, and it was Gunther, and everybody was like, "What the F?" You know, cool. But as he was like, "But wait, there's more," and then we get a genuine pop. I genuinely popped for Kevin Owens. I was like, "Oh, hey, Kevin Owens is back. Cool. This is gonna be awesome." And the look on Sammy's face, yeah, cool. But man, instantly once I saw Gunther and Kevin Owens, I was like, they just really just crapped all over Finn Balor, huh? We ain't never gonna see this man as champion again. And it broke my heart. I was really sad about it. And even with the turnout, right? I mean, I'll just say it. Kevin Owens ended up winning the match. And I just think this was a wasted opportunity and made Finn look really bad. And I don't know how to feel about this yet. Maybe they'll do something incredible with this. Cool. But until I see it, I am not a happy camper. I mean, is that how you feel? What do you think?
Yeah, no, this was fucking terrible. This was fucking terrible. This was booking at its worst. Okay? I'm not afraid to say it. I don't care who hears it. If you have a problem with me saying it, it's my opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. You may not like them. They all stink. Okay? Here's what it is. This was bad on the biggest of levels. You took a huge talent in Finn Balor, who you've been trying to do something with. You brought him over from Raw for a reason. Okay? Sami Zayn, you gave him this run. You put the belt on him. You thought enough to even do that for 2 weeks. You thought enough to do that. And then you put these two in the match. Walter had already been in the match the night before. He ain't win, fine. You want to do that? He doesn't factor the outcome, fine. Kevin Owens. Now here's the thing. I like Kevin Owens. Okay? I like Kevin Owens. He's fantastic. And I understand, to your point, the look on Sami Zayn's face, what you're going to try and rock right now. I get it. But he won. So to what I said before, to everybody who's been there, who's been working their ass off to put up a good show, to put up a good match, to be a great part of that card. As great as Kevin Owens is, you gifted him this. Now I get it. You're not going to have him win, because then we have an even bigger fucking problem. But what you did is you stained three other wrestlers.
Yeah.
Because guess who lost twice in guess who went 500 in SummerSlam? Gunther. This guy you're trying to push, you gave him a 500 record. Right? You push him, you love him, right? Sami Zayn, you thought enough to make him the champ. Finn Balor, you brought the man over. And you gave it to and once again, I understand it's Kevin Owens. He is talented as could be. This is not a knock on Kevin Owens at all. This is definitely not a knock on the other three superstars. This is a knock on what I feel was a bad decision made. Because you didn't have to do it. You didn't have to. You could have left it Finn versus Sammy one-on-one. And then maybe you have Sammy win, and then you have Kevin Owens come back and screw him out of the championship, something like that.
Yeah.
But what you did was you spat in the face of three guys who have been working extremely hard for you every time they are not hurt.
Yeah, you're being generous. You saying three guys because I could care less about the other two. I'm more so for Finn. I'm hurt for Finn. I'm
Absolutely.
just like, wow.
I'm just trying to be fair because I'm just not trying to show favoritism. It's three guys. And once again, everyone else in the locker room who's been working their ass off the entire time that unfortunately Kevin Owens is hurt. He wasn't there because he was hurt. He wasn't taking time off. He wasn't on a siesta sitting on his ass on the beach. Right. I get that. But you guys working their asses off looking for an opportunity like this.
Yeah.
This was the worst part of SummerSlam. The fucking worst.
Yeah. I mean, it was the worst part of night 2 for me, but I guess we were both wrong on this pick because our pick wasn't even there.
No, we both went Finn.
Yes. Wishful thinking. All right, but moving on to the next match. And thank you so much for sharing, brother. I really appreciate that, man.
I'm sorry. My apologies for the profanity.
No apologies. Keep going.
Next, we got Trick versus Corbin. My second favorite part of this night.
Oh, man. Okay, before you go on the rant, let me tell you why I loved it. Because at the end of the day, Baron Corbin came back as a heel. He's a heel. And he did what heel people do. What heels do. They cheat. They take advantage of an opportunity. And Little Yachty cost Trick Williams the match. He took advantage, hit him with the belt, throws it out the ring. Baron Corbin gets the win.
Well, I mean, Little Yachty was trying to stop him from getting it. He didn't cost him. He tried to stop what Corbin was really trying to cheat from the beginning. Little Yachty didn't cost him. Stop that. Stop that. No. Not just saying. Little Yachty didn't cost him. Baron Corbin went to hit him with the belt. Yachty tried to stop him. Yachty got hit or put through a table, and then Trick still got hit with the belt. Stop it. This isn't on Yachty. Stop it. And I don't even like Little Yachty. Okay? but stop trying to put it on him.
What I'm just saying is
put it on him.
It was an opportunity to do bad, and that's what heel Baron Corbin did. I appreciated that. I like it. It was a good way to do this.
Okay.
I was a fan of this. What did you think?
Nope. If he's that good, you shouldn't have let him leave. If he's that good, don't let him leave. If you like him this much, you should have done something before instead of having him be the loser who's drooling all over his shirt and can't afford to buy something at Waffle House.
That's right. He was broke Corbin and then happy Corbin. This is so
fucking stupid. This is so stupid. All the quality people that you have in line to go for that belt and you give it to this fucking schmo who just came back, fuck out of here. No. This was the second worst decision of the night. This might actually be worse. Actually, now that I think about it, it might move up because this guy's a huge jobber. Kevin Owens is at least a former world champion. This guy's a bum. And I'm sorry to say that. In the vein of what he's done in this company, he's won the Intercontinental belt or the U.S. Championship, right? Probably.
Yeah.
Because they gave him a run, right? Didn't stick. If he was that good, why'd you let him leave? To gift it to him on the way back, to once again show your locker room that a returning loser gets more time and more than you will. for working hard and giving me all your time and everything you have.
But Michael Cole did say that this Baron Corbin is different. It's not the same Baron Corbin that was here before.
Who gives a shit? He's not. He's different. He's gone. The reason he's different is because he came back. You know why? Because he was shitty enough that they got rid of him.
Okay.
Spade a spade.
And we were both wrong on this decision, right?
Naturally.
Naturally. He sounded like Yoda. How fear you?
Baron Corbin no-win match.
Yeah, Baron Corbin. Ooh.
Terrible.
All right, what's next on the list?
Man. Chad Gable versus Penta.
Oh, man. Whew, what a fantastic match. Very happy with it.
I expected more from this match.
Nah.
I thought this match could have been better. You have Penta and Chad Gable. I thought you could have given them another 5-10 minutes and like work the crowd into it more. I thought you could have given us more. I wanted more from these two. These two can go. I expected more from, like, when it ended, I literally was sitting next to Apollo and I'm like, did that just end? I understand you want to, and I understand you want to give Gable the time to have that moment, to thank his hometown, to bring his wife, his kids, his family in. I understand that. That was beautiful. That was great. That's why we love wrestling, because of the human aspect of it, because of that connection that you have. Here's a guy who killed himself, and you've seen him do it through Alpha Academy with Jason Jordan, to the new Alpha Academy, to Bravo Americano, all the stuff that he's done to get to this point. It's beautiful, which is why I thought we'd get 5-10 minutes more of some good, like, back and forth. He did earn this, but I figure, and the other thing I love is that at the end is the stand-up guy that Penta is he took the belt from the ref. He looked at Chad, he put his hand up, and then he strapped it on Chad. Yeah. Like, I'm going to do this. You earn this. You earn my respect. Like, I thought that was a beautiful moment too. I just thought we could have gotten more out of this. And I thought we got gypped. I thought that, especially because Night 2 ended earlier than we thought it was going to end, by a good 30, 40 minutes. I would have taken another 5-10 minutes of Gable Penta. Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny that you say that. I thought the match was well done, but now that I'm like thinking about it, you're right. It did run a little quick. Maybe they ran out of time somewhere else and they had to cut from that match. That's the only thing that I'm thinking. But I even like the way that it ended. I mean, the fact that, because here's the beautiful thing about this, right? Like Chad, as Grande Americano, learned the art of lucha, but he went back to his roots as a wrestler and made Penta tap out. And as a luchador, your strengths are more so high flying impact, not submission. So it made sense for Penta to tap out. So the storytelling, dynamic wrestling style, I thought it was perfect.
Right.
But maybe you're right. Maybe it did run a little bit shorter. I thought it was perfect the way it was. Wow.
I think we could have gotten some more, and I think you could have grabbed more out of the hometown crowd.
Yeah.
If you give another 6 minutes, and in 3.5 of those minutes, Chad is down, I think you could have gotten more. I think the eruption that would have come if that match was 7 minutes longer, 6 minutes longer, would have been, just grander than what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And next we have the women's interim championship match, the 5-pack. It should have been a 6, but it was a 5. And I was wrong because I went TBA, which was Lash Legend. But you were right because you went Chelsea Green.
There you go. Yeah.
And Chelsea won. And awesome. I was quite good with this.
Yeah.
I was perfectly fine with this, especially because now you can keep Jade and Charlotte having their feud. Tiffy wasn't, you can always find something to do with her. Like, and who was the other one that was
Lash Legend?
Lash. And Lash. And Lash is still green and young. You're not gonna give her the belt.
Right.
So I thought this was very well done. Very well done. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say the same thing. Match was well done. I love just the fake outs, right? I mean, I genuinely screamed when I saw Beechin come out. I was like, no, please don't ruin this for her. But it was well done, man. It was well done. And I'm glad that she got her moment. And yeah, I even said it in the last episode. Just give her that Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona moment at Mania when he won. Right. Give her that. And all the comparisons online now, it's pictures of them together on the ladder with the belts. I'm glad it worked out. I'm very happy she deserves it.
It's great.
And I hope they do something fun with this, because like when Rhea does return and she becomes champion again, she still could walk around being like, yeah, but I'm still interim champ. You know what I mean? Right. Like something fun with it.
That's why I love the fact that they kept the word interim involved.
Yeah.
Because any other time they would have been like, becomes the new women's champion. But they kept interim here because that's the kind of shit that works with Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
Because she could be like, I'm still interim. Like she can do that. And she's someone who will use that loophole, someone who loves to use wordplay and loopholes and stuff like that. So I agree with you. I thought this was very well done, and I was quite happy that it was Chelsea.
Yes. And I'm glad I was right about that one. I thought she was my fun pick, but okay, cool. I'm glad.
Oh. And then we're at the end with Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, and we both went Roman here. And according to this, it looks like you beat me by one pick.
Let's go.
The Chelsea Green pick got the
Chelsea Green helped me.
The Chelsea Green pick gave it to you because I went to be announced. Fuck you, Lash Legend. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the only thing that I will say is about this match was this, right? The same complaint that I had about Punk and Cody, I feel like in the beginning of this match applies to Roman and Seth, simply because this was also a 30-minute match. The match started exactly at 8:30 our time, and it ended over 9:00, right? And my issue with the match in the beginning was it started off super slow, like too much leeway with the ref and them walking around in the crowd. But after the table spot, the Spanish tables gets destroyed and everything else gets destroyed outside.
Because it always does, yeah.
It always does. That's where the match picks up, and that's where I fell in love with this match, because the storytelling begins and we go back to like, no, I'm not going to use the chair. Then they do nods to Dean Ambrose / John Moxley with the double arm DDT and the other moves, right? And then and I'm glad that they were able to close this chapter out the way that they did, by fist bumping at the end, showing like, hey, like we're done with this. If we beef for anything else, it's just going to be for gold and anything moving forward. But this Shield crap is behind us. Now we're both free from this. And I thought it was well done. I thought they did fantastic. I love that they did each other's moves. I love that they reversed with each other's signature moves and finishers. Like it was such this main event saved SummerSlam for me as a whole, because Cody Punk was not good for me. I enjoyed this 1,000 times more. What did you think?
I agree with you. I'm not going to say that it saved the SummerSlam. I think the two huge marks on it would just mar everything else completely to the level. But this was very well done, and this was great. And to your point, this ended puts a mark to end what should be, the Roman and Seth thing, because now Roman has beaten him. So Seth has nothing more on him but to say, I want a chance. Not, you want to give me a chance because you need to beat me. Now it's not the case. Now he's beaten him. He's shown he can beat him. Or he can beat him, rather. So, I thought this was great. Well done. I thought it was a great match. I'm not one to normally root for Roman Reigns, but I found myself doing that in this match. It was good. It was good. I mean, they told the story well. I was kind of like, when he took the chair and threw it away, and
no,
he's over the chair, and I'm like, all right, don't tell me. Okay, fine, throw the chair. And when Rollins started with the Shield music, Echo, Bravo, was like, all right, fine. All right, let's. But to your point, they wrapped it all up in a bow to get rid of it and be like, done. We fought. We've been fighting. This is over. No mas. But very well done match. Definitely ended the PLE on an up note, considering the first or the two things that we had mentioned prior were just dog meat. So I liked it, and I thought that it didn't make me leave as mad as I absolutely could have.
Or wanted to, because you kind of wanted to leave mad.
Oh, I wanted to. Oh, yeah. But the only way I would have left mad is if Seth won on some bullshit. Like, as if like Braun Breaker came to help him out and the division was returned. Then I was like, you know what?
Low key, what I really wanted, though, at some point, because they kept looking at the ramp at like at certain parts, I really wish like one of them would have used like Dean Ambrose's music to like swerve the other person. Then a genuine fake pop for everybody would be like, what? He's here? And then it's not. And then it was just a distraction, a diversion, and then boom. You know what I mean? Like,
and then like Seth turns around like, oh my God, he's back. And then no. Then Roman hits him with the chair.
right. But no, overall, way better night than night one. This one I give a 8.5 because I did enjoy it a lot. What do you grade it? A 5?
5.
No, you don't. Night 2 is worse than night 1.
Kevin Owens and Baron Corbin? Yeah. 5.
Ooh, wow. That's tough.
You have no idea how angry that made me.
I can tell by that 5.
You have no idea how angry that made me. At least night 1 wasn't a good show. Night 2 was full of bullshit. Wow. Night 1 just wasn't a good show. It's an okay show. Night 2 was bullshit.
Wow. Okay. All right. Primos and primas, please let us know in the comments if you agree with Ariel. If night 2 was just full of caca.
Caca?
Bueno, primo, let's go ahead and take this opportunity to thank all of our primos and primas and our listeners for sitting with us.
For putting up with us. And my childish rants. Yes,
thank you. Last hour talking about how incredibly frustrating SummerSlam was. But also had some good moments and overall moments. Yeah, I mean, not a bad watch. But if you want to look for our stuff, you know, you want to find us on social media, our videos, our links, our stores, our products, any way you want to connect to us, Primo, where do they have to go to find all of this stuff?
www.primosforlife.com. Once you hit that site, you will find interviews, links to different, streaming platforms in terms of iTunes, Spotify, things like that. If there's one that you prefer to the website, please feel free to click, hit the follow, smash the like, the share, all the buttons that you have, please and thank you. You know, this is a great ride. We love doing this, and as much as I complain, I love doing this because people do tend to like kind of dig that we just disagree sometimes and we call out things that other people won't. So I want to thank everyone for sticking with us and being biased, no matter how off I am, especially more so than Eddie. But it's just great, and we love it. We see the numbers growing every week, and with the shirts and everything. And thank you again to Hobby for being out there and working his ass off as we keep sharing shirts there. So we just want to be as grateful as we can to the people who have gotten us here, and that's all of you. And that being said, I will stop blathering and I will throw it to Eddie and let him finish instead of me doing it myself.
Exactly, because I'm the one in the happy mood. So, that's right. Entonces, familia, primos, we will see you when we see you. Happy SummerSlam. Take care, everybody.
Good night, everybody.